Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Um, so, US lost against Belgium. I have a feeling that Trump is going to say something stupid. Now, let's check on the Iranian war, shall we? 3 hours ago, Qatari Foreign Ministry, we demand that Iran immediately cease any practices that threaten the security of the region and endanger maritime and energy security. 4 hours ago, the Saudi Foreign Ministry, we condemn in the strongest terms Iran's targeting of two Saudi and Qatari oil tankers as they cross the Strait of Hormuz. Israeli channel. Israel fears that the U.S. approval of Turkey establishing an air defense system in Syria will limit the Israeli Air Force's freedom of action in attacking Iran. Good! 7 hours ago, a U.S. official claims our military shot down several drones launched by Iran towards ships in the Strait of Hormuz today, in addition to attacks with two missiles that traveled a considerable what? Distance at high speed. Oh, stupid advertisement there. 9 hours ago. Oh. Iranian Defense Ministry. We continue diplomacy from a position of strength, but we will respond firmly to any aggression or crossing of our red lines. And where's that? UKMTO has received a report of an incident involving a tanker transiting the Strait of Hormuz. The tanker was struck by an unidentified projectile and is believed to have structural damage. No casualties or environmental impact reported. UKMTO continues to investigate. Vessels are advertised to transit with caution and report any suspicious activity. Qatari liquefied natural gas tanker damaged by Iranian Revolutionary Guards missile attack near the Strait of Hormuz. Crew evacuated with no injuries. Iran fired missiles at two ships last night. Trump on Turkey. Frankly, Turkey has been more helpful to the U.S. than many other traditional countries, such as Trump. We don't need the Strait of Hormuz because we have a very large quantity of oil. No, we don't. Oh, I think we do because of Venezuela. Because probably Venezuela is giving us their oil, but. And Trump again. I am sure Erdogan doesn't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I am sure. And if a president says she is sure of something, do not trust that, because it might not be true. Trump. We have destroyed Iran's military capabilities, and Iran will not obtain a nuclear weapon. They didn't want to begin with. Another 17 U.S. Air Force aerial refueling aircraft have left Ben Gurion Airport in central Israel in recent days, bringing the total of number of USAF tankers that have departed to the airport to 32. Around 32 tankers remain parked there as of now. That was 11 hours ago. Jesus Christ, I cannot. I think I already read this stuff right here. Have I? No, I have not read any of this yet. The Chief of Staff of the Popular Mobilization Forces. Sheridan expanded a meeting in the holy city of Karbala to discuss the final preparations for the funeral procession of the late Grand Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The meeting, held at the Karbala Operations Command Headquarters, was also attended by the Director of the Prime Minister's Office, Deputy Commander of Joint Operations, and several security and military leaders. Discussions focused on the security and logistical plans for the procession, as well as coordination vehicles among the various security and military agencies. The aim was to ensure the smooth execution of assigned duties and maintain security and public order during the procession. Participants emphasized the importance of unifying efforts and integrating roles among all relevant parties and continuing field and logistical preparations to ensure the success of the funeral procession according to the established plans, achieving the highest levels of security and organization. NATO's route in the Ankara summit. We don't have the luxury of time. We need the capabilities now to ensure we remain ready. Russia is putting almost half its national budget into its war machine. Can you imagine almost 50% of what Russia spends is put into the war machine? Its defense industry is working around the clock, and not only the defense industry, also the rest of the industrial base in Russia is supporting the war effort. China continues to modernize its armed forces and expand its nuclear capabilities without transparency. North Korea continues to expand its nuclear program and supply to Russia, while recent action has, significantly degrading Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile programs. We must remain vigilant. These countries are increasingly working together, and that should concern all of us, because I assure you, they do not have our best interests in mind. Hebrew Channel 12. During the night, a ship that did not adhere to the Iranian designated route in the Strait of Hormuz was attacked by missiles. It did not adhere to the Iranian designated route. Of course they would attack. They didn't follow the rule. Okay. There we go. So, this stuff right here, I have not read. So, that's all for the Iranian war. Let's, go check in on Ukraine real quick. I haven't checked on Ukraine in a while. Ukraine once again sent Putin a peace proposal. Let me guess, Putin has not even responded or is not even going to accept it. Airstrike report in Darivka of Kherson region. Sorry, Ukrainians, if I butchered that. I don't know Ukrainian. Several explosions near Kharkiv. Russian aviation launching glide bombs towards Kharkiv. Natural gas pumping station was targeted in a successful missile strike in Krasnodar region. Explosion was reported in Zaporizhzhia. I don't know how to pronounce that. 5 people wounded as a result of shelling today in Nikopol district. Drone was shot down over that place. and smoke rising in that after explosion. And Russian aviation launch a glide bombs towards that area. Ukrainian drones had reportedly hit 2 more Russian tankers in the Azov Sea. Trump, I hope to end Ukraine war soon. Nice grammar there, Trump. Not. Just said, I hope to end the Russo-Ukrainian war soon. But I don't think you want to. Trump, I believe both Russia and Ukraine want to reach an agreement. No, they don't. Only Ukraine wants to reach an agreement. Russia does not want. Russia wants to take parts of Ukraine. They don't want Ukraine in NATO. The only reason why they invaded Ukraine is because they were going to join NATO. We saw that in Georgia. Georgia wasn't invaded because they were getting too close with the West. Any country that gets too close, like any of their allies that get too close to the West or are planning to join an alliance in a Western alliance, might get invaded by the Russians. 1 person killed, 13 wounded as a result of Russian airstrikes and Chef Chinkivisky. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. District of Kharkiv. Zelensky at the NATO summit in Ankara. We have completely destroyed the idea that Russia has a strategic rear. And Russia believed that it had a territorial advantage. No one else had a deep rear. It could safely store military production, military equipment, and everything that its war depends on, believing that no one would be able to get to them. And we got to them. Just yesterday, Ukrainian drones broke through Russia's defense and hit a Russian oil refinery in Siberia. What? How? How did they get to Siberia? This is no exception. This is a new reality, and there is not a single large oil refining left in Russia that Ukraine would not hit. How did they get an oil refinery in Siberia? I am deeply impressed. Okay, we already just saw this. A drone hit a residential house. That's a war crime. Defense forces hit 2 Russian military industrial complex enterprises. Belgorod airfield, oil depot, bridges, and other military facilities. Ukrainian drones attacked 8 tankers of the Russian Shadow Fleet in the Sea of Azov. Vinyura 3, Sonar 1, and 17. Wait a minute. Klimena, Teti, Alexei, Sherozov, and Penelope. Okay, Penelope is a very English name. Why do I recognize this first name? To this right there, right here, Look! The Fook Boom! Alexei Gerasimov. He's Russian. That's how I recognized it. Sorry. What the hell was that? Oh, notification. Oh, the 2026 days 27. Yep, it is the 27th day here. Anyways, getting back to what we were doing. An airstrike reported near Kharkiv at about 10 o'clock. At Sloviansk, direction clashes yesterday near Kievaluka, Ray Oleksandrivka, Riznikivka, and Zakhtinya. General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine reports. I am sorry if there's any Ukrainians watching this video. I am so sorry if I butchered those areas, those names. I am trying very hard to read this. Oh god, not again. I'm just gonna stop now. If you guys want to see more geopolitical stuff, let me know.